Hey guys, my name is Ryan Palmisano, and today I'm going to walk you guys through my presentation on athletics and exercise, and why it is something I've been passionate about for quite some time now, and how it all really came to be, and why I found this passion. So, yeah, let's continue forward. With a little background, I started playing sports when I was 4 years old. I started playing ice hockey when I was 4. I remember very vaguely that something me and my father would do specifically is there was public skating most weekends at that rink that's right inside my hometown, a couple minutes away. And at the end of public skating, whether it was a Friday, Saturday, it's generally when we'd go. But at the end of public skating, they'd do the ice, and then I'd see all these hockey players start coming down from the locker room that looks over the ice rink. It's a really nice locker room. It sits right above there. Anyways, so, I'd see those guys come down. Sometimes we'd even stay to watch the games just because I was so fascinated by the sport, and it's just something that I just wanted to stay. I liked the energy. I liked these guys just looked invincible to me. So, from that, obviously, I came to start playing hockey myself. Something I absolutely love, something that I just really enjoyed doing. The team that actually came down from the locker room is actually the high school team that I started playing for when I got into high school. And then that's really how my athletics really started, was with ice hockey, just from that quick little public skating view that all of a sudden I decided I want to compete too. I want to play. But continuing competition, as I grew older, I just found that I really liked to compete. I really liked to put my abilities and my talents up against somebody else's. And from that, I started boxing. Excuse me. But yeah, I started boxing at a little bit younger age. It was definitely something that's different, something that you don't really hear every day. But my parents thought it was important that I knew how to defend myself, and obviously I like to compete in general, so put competition and defending yourself together, and you kind of get boxing right. So started doing that for a while, something that I absolutely loved, and something that I really found a passion for, something that I thought was just really good, not only for, as I said, defending yourself and being an athlete, but also good for mental toughness. It takes quite a bit to walk out there and put yourself up against somebody else who's got gloves on trying to hit you in the head. It's something that was unique. It's something that I thought was really interesting. But unfortunately, as time passed, it kind of came to the awareness that maybe boxing wasn't too good for my physical state as far as concussions and getting punched in the head. So unfortunately, that's something that came to an end for me. But entering my freshman year of high school, I decided I didn't just want to play hockey. I wanted to do more than that, so I actually started playing football and lacrosse in high school, my freshman year of high school as well. It's kind of funny though, you trade off boxing for football and lacrosse. Like, that's really any much better for the head. But, yeah. So I started playing football, hockey, and lacrosse in high schow. Because, again, I love to compete. I love the passion of being on, whether it's ice, turf, whatever, and just being able to play and give everything I got. Next portion is why athletics. I think one of the biggest reasons that I fell in love with playing sports as well was the family feeling. Being on a hockey team, being on a football team, whatever it may be, you spend months with these guys preparing, and months with these guys trying to do something as a whole. It's not just individually, you're trying to win together for something, for a bigger cause. And because of that, that's something that I found that you don't really find anywhere else. That family feeling you have with your sports team, whether it's high school, college, is something that is unique, and you really establish some lifelong friends. Now, I play football and lacrosse for Castleton as well, and because of that, like I said, those friendships and bonds are only getting even stronger with these guys, and it is just crazy. Something as small as a football team or lacrosse team just can mean the world to you, just because you're willing to run through a wall for the guy next to you just because he's your teammate, and you want to win not only for yourself, but for him, you want to win for the whole team. You want to give everything you can so you can all win together. So, now we're going to continue on to the exercise portion of my presentation and the passion. Through high school, you definitely had to do weightlifting and such, but my senior year, when I really started being recruited and looking at colleges, I'm looking at these guys, I'm looking at the athletes, I'm looking at film on the schools I'm looking at, and those guys who excelled in the weight room also seemed to excel at a very high level on the turf, ice field, whatever it may be. So I really started taking weightlifting seriously. On top of that, my major is exercise science because it's just something that I want to know every little thing there is about weightlifting and why this happens, why that happens, what to do, what not to do. But yeah, I realized how important strength training was, and strength and conditioning training for being an athlete in general. As time passed, I found a passion for pushing my body to its limits, and I also found a passion for the importance of recovery tips, taking care of my body in general, not just in weightlifting, but also for sports in general, taking care of bumps, bruises, sore muscles, bruises from the game, stuff like that, and I just found it hugely important. It's something that, you start looking at your body as more of a machine rather than just a body. You get to oil it, you get to change the gas in there, you get to take care of it, and that's how I tend to look at it now. And again, it's just something that I've become extremely passionate about and something that I just do because of the fact that I love it. But I guess in conclusion, as I said, my passion for athletics came at a very young age, and then as I progressed through athletics, I found a love for exercising and that willingness to push my body to its limits so I can perform not only in the weight room but in my sport. I definitely think if I hadn't played a sport at just such a young age, who knows where I may be. But I'm thankful to have the opportunity to have played and continuing playing in college. But yeah, so that's why athletics and exercise are important to me and how I came to have the passion that I do. Hope everyone enjoyed the little presentation and the audio here. Yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Hope everyone's staying safe. So yeah, thanks for listening.